Queen Charlotte.Flair in front of the T-Mobile Arena, 2K20 launch. What does it kind of mean to you to kind of be in these video games every year? Does it ever lose its meaning and its impact?
I think every year you see how much better the graphics get and the gear and the little details that you've made to your character get added to the game. Like when my peacock feathers on my robe got added and watching in the game, him sway on the entrance. I'm like,
the little things.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's the little things. And then having Becky on the cover, it could have been more fitting with the year that she had. And then with the showcase mode, fans having the opportunity to go back and see matches that, helped define us and see how far we have come as talent, I think is really exciting. And knowing for me that Natalya and I was the first match on that mode, and that match, if it had not happened, I wouldn't be here where I am today. And I think that's just such an important part of my history, especially for fans who didn't know now to know. So it's overall it's awesome.
And you're getting to share this moment with your dad, Ric Flair, who's been in games in the past. Growing up, I'm sure you remember that. Have fond memories of this. Does he kind of get a kick out of you guys being like you did a book together? I mean, what are some of the other things that you're going to do together? You think that you guys share this bond, this special bond that not a lot of people get to do, father-daughters?
I don't think anything will top him walking me down the aisle for WrestleMania 32. To be at a WrestleMania together. Here he is, the manager of his daughter, debuting the new title. I don't think anything got bigger than that. The book, the video game, signings together, it's all really cool. But that WrestleMania 32 was just, I don't know, like he never thought in a million years he'd be in another WrestleMania because he'd already retired, So it's just, that is a moment in time that when you go, wow, this is happening.
And you touched on it earlier, the showcase mode with the four horsewomen. Just what was it about this bond that you guys share, and then kind of how has it kind of evolved over the years as you guys are getting these new accomplishments?
Well, since we came up together, and when we were in NXT, and they labeled us the four horsewomen after the Fatal 4-Way that we had, it wasn't something that we came up with. It just happened organically, and here you have four women that are so passionate from different backgrounds that fed off each other. I want to be better than you. No, she wants to be better than you. No, I want to be better than that match in the last takeover and the last takeover. It just clicked, and it was like lightning in a bottle. And I don't think it'll ever happen again, because here you have someone who never wanted to wrestle, but whose dad was a wrestler. Becky had taken time away from the business. This was Sasha's dream. Bayley got hired. It was just the likelihood of it, and then
it's like a movie premise.
Yeah,
almost.
it is. It'll never happen again, but it is very fitting for the four of us to have the showcase mode together, because I've said this before in interviews, but Becky and I in the main event of WrestleMania would have not taken place had it not been for the other two as well. Like, we are very much a part of each one's journey, and it's taken all four of us together to get to these, places. Yeah.
Big moments. When you go on your social media, you have these big smiles on your face. A big reason for that is Andrade. Just how did you guys get together? What are some things that you kind of bonded over, and that you just how did that come about?
Let's say someone gets called up from NXT.
Do you remember that first meeting? Or?
No, we were on tour together last November, but it was just the wrestling and the training in the gym together, and his English was getting better, and I was helping him with his English, and there was just this undeniable chemistry, and I wanted to learn from him. And he's such in this business, he is one of the smartest guys I know. Like, he came from Mexico, a completely different style. Coming here, he understands the WWE style, and he's taught me so much. And I feel like the reason I've continued to get better over the last 8 months is because of what he's taught me.
What are some things that he's kind of added to your game, you'd say?
Sometimes I forget I'm a superstar, and that's something that you can't forget. It's not necessarily about the moves. It's how you make people feel, and it's never losing who the queen is, who Charlotte.Flair is, regardless excuse me, of the situation.
So like a confidence, like
Like
just
a
being confident. in
yeah,
yourself,
he's definitely,
building you up.
not that I've lost my confidence, but he's definitely instilled new confidence in me, or a new swag that I never knew I had before. And just, I don't know, I feel like he's loving my life.
And how hard was it when you told your dad that you were dating Andrade? I mean, how did that
It
go?
wasn't hard. He was nervous, but my dad, I mean, he knew it was somebody. He just didn't know who. And then when I told him, he's like, "Oh, he's a hell of a worker." Like,
So at least
yeah.
he's a fan. That was good. You know, okay. Have
Yeah.
you guys celebrated the holidays together yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're such a public figure. I mean, with Total Divas out there, was that something that you kind of want to go do? It's something that you haven't done yet.
I think Total Divas is great for the brand and the company, and to bring in a new demographic. But I think for what I've created with Charlotte.Flair, I'd rather take the longer path to get where I want to be outside of this little bubble of our entertainment world. Because I'm just so focused on the wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would fit in the reality scene.
So when you talk about mainstream, like this Fox is such a big deal. You've been so at the forefront for the last couple of months. Just what does it kind of mean for you to be in this period of time in WWE, and just seeing how it's grown so much, and you being trusted to kind of represent the company as you have?
Yeah, I think that's more the thing that sticks out to me, is I feel so honored that the company has trusted me to go out and talk to the advertisers, to talk to the executives, and talk about the brand and what WWE brings to the table and the women's evolution. And that's why I'm like, I really hope I stay on Fox, because I feel like it's a perfect fit for me. But who knows with the draft? But I don't know. I think it also sends the message, for instance, with Becky on the cover of 2K, sending me to talk to everyone at all of these Fox upfronts versus sending one of the guys. It's a huge message, especially in this what was once a male-dominated world. And I love doing it. So
You do it well.
thank you.
And lastly, you talk about the draft. Just what kind of impact do you think it's going to have with you fully behind a brand? There's no wild card rule.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be representing on a team of their own. So how do you think that's going to affect the locker room?
Well, I'm hoping it just creates competition, because Fox is going to want to be better than USA. USA is going to want to be better, or Raw is going to want to be better than SmackDown. SmackDown is going to want to be better than Raw. That's just how it is. USA and Fox. So at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want competition. I want to be better than you. This women's division wants to be better than this women's division. So that's what it should do. I mean, I know that's what it does for me. Whatever brand I'm on, I'm like, nope, this will be the #1 brand.
Wherever you are. All right. Well, thank you so much, Charlotte. I appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Yeah. Thank you.